The JTZ joint.
Act like you were never stuck in a Nigerian airport. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 4th episode of School Starter. Yeah, buddy, and I am your principal host, Barchero Muti, aka JGZ, and I make this podcasting thing look so easy, man. Oh, god damn it, where to start?
The JTZ.
Damn, yet again. Crazy week, crazy life. Welcome to Southam. So G Mashego coming off guns blazing. Yeah, he's calling everybody with their private parts and he's calling it, I don't know, probably like it is, because we don't know what it is. All you know is Ola, Le Ola, Badala, Batswere, drama. Oh, the Machanga Commission has started and yeah. Names upon names have been called by, the legendary Mr. Mkonazi as well. He's just going off and just telling it like it is as well. Like, General Mkonazi is dropping more names than I am dropping episodes. This show is a show about, people that are dropping bars, not people that are, have the potential of ending behind bars. Get yourself involved in politics, Take care of politics before politics take care of you. He posted a picture and they're like, hey, what happened to 50 Cent now? Hey, this thing is looking like 70 Cent right now. This week, we are reviewing this is album free! As Stanislavski would say, and then prepares. Minister, please, how's jail? Why do you want to cut this funding? Where are you going to redirect those funds to? Speaking about actors, man, we have the youngest winning not Grammy. Yeah, we have the youngest Emmy winner. Wish death upon me. Lord, I don't cry no more. That's why they sing us and there's those podcasters. But then this AI thing, it's like asking a dog to drive a car. Like, no matter how many times you teach the dog, you can say, okay, this is gear one, okay, this is the steering wheel. But it's a dog. It's supposed to bark, not drive cars. It's the same thing. AI can't help you if you're dumb. The very same way that a calculator cannot help you pass a math exam. If you're dumb, you're dumb. You're just gonna punch in dumb numbers. African people are doing big things. I got 10 hours of YouTube watching time. Tyla's on 3 billion streams. I mean, that's just the thing that we have as Africans. We big like that, right? So that's what's coming up on the show and more. Let me start here. Damn, so G Mashego, coming off guns blazing. Yeah, he's calling everybody with their private parts and he's calling it, I don't know, probably like it is, because we don't know what it is. All you know is Ola, Le Ola, Badala, Batswere, drama. DJ Maporisa's name is being mentioned, you know what I mean? Mpurampura and everybody else, they're like, yo, that trip to Nigeria has got a lot. The trip to Nigeria has got a lot when it comes to G Mashego, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, even young Stan was like, yo, bro, if you're gonna say, fuck Scorpion Kings, that means, yo, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because I'm the Scorpion Prince. G Mashego responds like, hey, wait, now. Allegedly, we're Nabahoja from behind. I'm like, okay, cool. Dang, crazy week. I think we have another Mkonazi, Shout out to G Mashego, aka, the young Mkonazi, because of, the Machanga Commission has started and, Names upon names have been called by, the legendary Mr. Mkonazi as well. He's just going off and just telling it like it is as well. Like, there's just discoveries upon discoveries. It's been discoveries the whole week. Name dropping. General Mkonazi is dropping more names than I am dropping episodes. This show is a show about, people that are dropping bars, not people that are, have the potential of ending behind bars. So that's how we do bars here. So yeah, if you want to check Mkonazi, check it out, because of, here we're not talking about cats. We're talking about cats that are dropping nice music, Hip hop is a space where we do not allow ignorance. So that phrasing, ignorance is bliss. When it comes to hip hop, ignorance is not bliss. Because of politics, that's why we have, the young unemployed people. That's why we have, the rent to $1 like that. That's why the bread is that much. That's why fuel, everything, electricity, because of politics. So get yourself involved in politics, Take care of politics before politics take care of you. As Stanislavski would say, an actor prepares. Speaking about actors, man, we have the youngest winning, not Grammy, we have the youngest Emmy winner. And also amazing things are happening. So Tyla, you know what I mean? Not Tyla ICU, not Tyla the creator, but Tyla with a lot of A's in it, the South African song Stress, who's now becoming a global icon, has surpassed 3 billion streams. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 3 billion streams. And her latest EP, was it an EP? Apparently didn't do well, but then, oh well, she's also filling up a venue in Asia, which is crazy. African people are doing big things. I got 10 hours of YouTube watching time. Tyla's on 3 billion streams. I mean, that's just the thing that we have as Africans. We're big. We're big like that. I had an AI, from 50 Cent. I don't know. I think most of y'all have already peeped it. There's an AI about many men. Wish death upon me. Lord, I don't cry no more. That's why they sing us and there's those podcasters. But then this AI thing, it blew my mind, bro. When I heard that, I was like, oh, this is a crazy, nice song. Because if you know the original made man, it's gangster as fuck. If you know 50 Cent, he's gangster as fuck. Even Jada Key said, I've never had a rapper bragging about being shot and not doing anything about it. Ooh. But that's not the point. So many men, if you know the song, obviously you know the song because it's from Get Rich or Die Trying, which is one of the most crazy hip-hop albums of all times. Some people say, yo, when I'm listening to Get Rich or Not Trying, there's no skips. But I'm specifically speaking about this song, like, yo, imagine Frank Lucas, you know what I mean, American Gangster, Pippin, Denzel Washington, imagine that song playing and, Frank Lucas, is just working and I'm like, oh yes, this song is giving chills. I mean, it just goes to show you the importance of the rap game and the importance of the pen game. You just get to hear how 50 is going off on their record and boy, and he going off. Whoo! And somebody's gonna say, I'm gonna kill you, and they're doing it in a very, oh man, I'm gonna kill you. You're like, okay, I'm dead, nigga. Okay, I'm dead, nigga. Ooh, the second verse, when he goes in, he's like, when I rhyme, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest, something like Ali in his prime. These pussy niggas want me dead, but go get your refund, motherfucker, cause I ain't dead. Like, yo, bro, like, yeah, when he's rapping them, like, yo, when I ran, something special happen every time, something like Ali in his prime, it's cool. But then when it comes in, like, yo, go and get your refund, motherfuckers, cause I ain't dead. On the blues, it's giving me chills, bro. It's giving me chills, like it's taking me back to the original hip-hop. Because if you know, hip-hop is the combination of the blues, the jazz, and the country, right? And then they made this spoken word art thing, which is what got us, to be podcasting and all of this shit. This blues AI thing, it's almost like decoding hip-hop back to its origins. And it's sounding beautiful. Whoa, bro, and it got me thinking, right? And people were like, oh man, this AI is sounding too beautiful, it's gonna replace originality and creativity and all of those things. And my thing's like, nah, bro, not really. Because when you think about it, that AI made many men, it wouldn't be a classic if we didn't know the original anthem. We're like, oh, I know this song, I love this song. But then now that it's, the BPM is lower, lyrics are getting chills through your spine just listening to the song, which just goes to show you that MCs are impeccable writers, bro. They just say so much with so little time. So now when everything is, slowed down and, you can hear, it's like, oh, you can actually appreciate lyricism, bro. And ain't I appreciating some lyricism on this one? So AI needs original concepts for it to exist. If it was just a gangster blues song, you'd like, sounds nice. But then because of we know the original and we've had the original for so long, it's in our mind. We couldn't have imagined this song sounding any different from how it is sounding right now. You know what I mean? So it's just blowing off our minds because of we know the original. So for AI to exist, artist needs to walk so that AI can fly. It's almost like the invention of calculator. A calculator was there to make mathematics easier, but it didn't replace the thinking. That means if you are a dumb person, you're still gonna fail with the calculator next to you. So even AI, it needs somebody who's smart to prompt it. It's like asking a dog to drive a car. Like, no matter how many times you teach the dog, it can say, okay, this is gear one, okay, this is the steering wheel. But it's a dog. It's supposed to bark, not drive cars. It's the same thing. AI can't help you if you're dumb. The very same way that a calculator cannot help you pass a math exam. If you're dumb, you're dumb. You're just gonna punch in dumb numbers, Like a dog, you're just gonna bark on the steering wheel instead of driving. Speaking about 50 Cent, 50 Cent, aka 5 Pop. So he also resurfaced on a different platform. He posted a picture and they're like, hey, what happened to 50 Cent now? Hey, this nigga's looking like 70 Cent right now. Shaved off his mustache, I don't know, he lost some weight. So there's like touch-ups to his image, right? Only to find out like he is playing Balrog on the new Street Fighter. And if you know Balrog, I think Muchini also says he's like, hey, got Balrog. Oh, what does he say, Muchini? What that Balrog? Okay, right, I got face, but whatever. But Balrog is known to punch, so I think he's playing there, And 50 has always, taken this character transformation very seriously. I remember he did a movie called Things Fall Apart, and on that Things Fall Apart, he also lost weight, for the flick. And, I think also seeing him transform for this role is such a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? Those are the type of stories that I gravitate towards. Our minister, Gayton Mackenzie. I don't know, man. I feel like on spies now, Minister Mackenzie wants to cut off funding for all the international festivals. Like, as far as I know, Cape Town International Jazz Festival, National Arts Festival, Art Club Festival, there's like a whole lot of festivals that are bringing in the GDP of this country, And as we know the arts in this country, we know that the arts are not regulated, you know what I mean? We know that the arts are not taken care of. There's like crazy number of artists that are surviving on this festivals, you know what I mean? I mean, if you look at the numbers, I'll pull them. If you look at the numbers, like what the Makanda Festival is bringing into the table, what, the Cape Town Jazz Festival, I mean, there's tourist attractions, there's food stalls, there's accommodation, there's movement, bro, and I'm just waiting, bro. I'm just waiting for, the minister to tell us, like, why are you cutting funding? Why are you cutting funding for all of these artists? Because of any type of funding, bro. Whatever the platform, but as long as it is from the arts and culture, it is an opportunity for young artists' voice to be there, for veteran artists to have their voice sustained. It's for artistic expression. I mean, I stage like 4 crazy ideas because of the arts and culture. This was from the arts and culture, bro. I go find it for doing this show. You know what I mean? I did like four shows because of the arts and culture. You know what I mean? I staged 4 shows. From people that go funding and hired me to write the show, or got me on board to direct the show. You know what I mean? Got me on board to perform. But I've been involved in shows that were funded by the arts and culture, so I realize and I know the importance of the arts funding. So, Minister, please, Australia with you, why do you want to cut this funding? Where are you going to redirect those funds to? You know what I mean? Because the biggest thing is employment. We're trying to find out, Mr. Minister, if you're going to cut those funds, where are they going? Because we as artists, we depend, on those funds. You don't want us now flashing our, famous black cards like, hey, support me, I'm going through it. So do the right thing, man. Fund the arts. Fund the arts. Keep on funding the arts, sir. They are our bread and butter, national cohesion. The arts are as important as any other department. Health, agriculture, everything. Arts and culture is there, up there with all of them. So please, for us to be a functioning country, we need the arts in our lives. So please, Mr. Mackenzie, I'm begging you, please, just reconsider the arts. Because the arts is everything. Moving right along. Let's be about the game, the game that makes me, the game that makes me tick. Alright? One and only HIP, hip hop, taking it to the top, and we don't flop. This week we are reviewing Nesti's album Free! Because, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you last week, ladies and gentlemen, Zulu man with some power, Nesti is free! Free! That's what's up. Alright? So, okay, cool. First and foremost, if you don't know why, ladies and gentlemen, Nesti is free, is because of, for the first time, he is releasing an album independently. Right? So, independence, what does independence sound like? Independence sounds like this, man. I was trying to sign that record deal so that I can have the mass appeal, but ended up signing a bad deal. Right? So previously was signed to Mabala Noise as we know it. You know what I mean? If this thing is up buying this award, then I don't want them. Because apparently, Nesti won Song of the Year for Hell Nah. And people were like, hell nah. This Song of the Year, hell nah. I disconcur. Right? The Mabala Noise deal had the Universal Africa deal in it. And the Universal Africa deal in it now included Def Jam Africa in it. And Def Jam Africa in it has got Def Jam, the Def Jam as we know it. So, what I'm saying. So, that means strings and blings. There were too many strings that were attached to Nesti C. You know what I mean? So, we are seeing the blings, but the strings, they're like, Mabala's is here, Universal is here, Def Jam is here, so everybody just wants the piece of the pie, and everybody got the piece of the pie, and the only person who was humbled is Nesti C. Humble pie, it's fine. So now Nesti C after all those work, I don't know how, because of it's crazy impossible to get out of these deals, but I guess he was able to, all right, and it makes so much sense because of ideally as an MC, bro, and they say, yo, bro, you're signed to Def Jam. You're like, the Def Jam of the Run DMC, the Def Jam of the Jay-Z, the Nas and everyone. I'm gonna get signed in the same stable. You sign without thinking, you know what I mean? And you realize like, oh man, I'm not getting that mass appeal. Because another thing is like, okay, cool. As an actor, bro, you're like, okay, cool, I'm trying to kill it on a global stage. Where's the global stage? It's Hollywood, bro. Like if you wanna practice your artwork in the biggest platform, you're gonna go to Hollywood. But to crack it in Hollywood, it's not simple because first you have to crack the accent. You have to get the best agent, and you have to there's a whole lot of things that are connected with you just making it in Hollywood. So same thing with raps. If you are trying to make it in New York with hip hop, guess what? Everybody's rapping that side. They've got all of the, the Chicago niggas are coming through, with the raps. Niggas from the Atlanta, they're coming through with their raps. New York is known. Even within New York, there's so many regions. There's like the Bronx, the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. There's like all of these places, and everybody's a rapper. You know what I mean? And then you trying to exist in that ecosystem. You know, it's almost like me, like moving right now, going to China and going to teach Kung Fu. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I know the crouching tiger, the hidden dragon. Yeah. But they're like, yeah, we hear you, but we can't invent this style. You know what I mean? So that's what it sounds like, to go there and dominate teaching Tai Chi and Karate in China. I don't think it's a wise move. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't know any South African act that has cracked the international market. You know, because first and foremost, you trying to sound like them, and that's their originality. And then if you sound like you, which is South African, they might not hear you, right? And I'm not saying to be a South African you have to rap in Venek, you know. But then rapping in Venek also has that connotation attached to it. What did Stogie say? Stogie said there's like knockoff jerseys. There's G Unit knockoff jerseys in every hood. And yo, what is that? I'm rapping in English, you know. So just rapping in English does not mean you're not South African. But what I'm gonna say is that to try and reach that global mindset, it's not easy. Same thing happened with Shane Eagle. I think we lost Shane Eagle because of he tried to go for the international market. Same thing almost happened with Nasty C because of, you know, unless you're like a crazy follower, because I was not Iverson like that, you know what I mean? But then Shane Eagle, I peeped him, you know, because of Yellow is one of the craziest albums that I've ever had coming out of South Africa. I'm like, oh, this is such a beautiful project. And then what came afterward? Dark Moon Flower. I was like, ooh. But then on the Dark Moon Flower, is featuring the Hicks. I think he had bars in it. So it was more of like, you know, I'm going for that global appeal. And through that global appeal, I think he released Akira, he released Green, and you know, those projects missed, bro. Cause you're like, oh, you are the J. Cole of America. You know what I mean? I remember this one piece is like, oh, Shane Eagle is the, you know, the South African J. Cole, or you know, the J. Cole. So there was that comparison with him and J. Cole and whatever. And already we have a J. Cole. That's the thing. Already we have a J. Cole. So if you're gonna pull up and, you know, do those beats, those hooks and that, you know, boom bap and whatever, but then he's trying to sound like somebody that we know, and you're trying to get signed into their stable, you're like a shadow, because of, you're gonna be like, okay, this is J. Cole and this is J. Cole. You know, so I think the same thing didn't work. But then shout out to Eagle. I heard that, you know, I saw that, you know, Eagle is back. He was doing the whole thing with Stogie and them there, you know, still rapping about diamonds and, you know, not wearing them because they killed his ancestors. But, you know, that's the thing. You know, the international market is a catch-22, because of even when, cross genres, bro, even when Black Coffee went out, like the stuff that he doing Ibiza, it's not the same stuff that he did in Maponya more, when he was doing that 60, you know, hour thing. You know, he was doing a different type of sound. There's this South African sound, and then there's this international sound. So when he tried to sound international, we start to stick to the cats that are local. We're like, okay, cool, go international, go explore, go do yourself, but we are gonna keep it here. All right, we're gonna keep it 100. And what is the 100? The 100 is basically us just vibing with what's local, what's trending. You know, the very same thing like Reese was able to do. It's like, I'm not necessarily trying to chase that, you know, international market. I'm here. I mean, niggas try. Your cast person, then they're like, you know, I'm not African, I'm African American. Whatever, you know, going on tour, doing the whole sway theme, Breakfast Club, and but the thing is that there's a lot of little Dags and Lil Dicky, Lil Pam, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil this and that, you know, Big Pun, Big Sean, Big L, Big, there's everyone in America, bro. So, yeah. So apparently after that happened, Nasty was like, okay, cool. Nasty is finally free. Shout out to Nasty for being free. I think that's a major thing, you know what I mean? If you're not free, then you are a slave, you know what I mean? So Nasty is finally free, which is a crazy thing, man. I am happy that he is free. So on this project, you know, prior to him releasing the project, I think I forgot the interview where I saw him. He's like, yo, I'm trying to redirect my strategy. You know what I mean? I looked at my global impact, and I realized like, yo, London is actually vibing with me. UK is vibing with me better than, US, Asia, and all this other, Australia, all these other markets, And I was like, okay, how can I redirect my strategy so that I can cater for my UK fans? I was like, smart nigga. You know what I mean? Because he's an older nigga, so obviously now he's older, wiser, and smarter, and he's moving, with a different platform. Of which that's what we want. We want growth. We want you to be a better MC. So I think he might be on the money here. Why am I saying he might be on the money with this project? Because of obviously he's free, but then I like the first song, which is called Intro, which is like the intro. The way it's giving you almost like a vibe in terms of like how the album is going to sound like, what's going on, and it's a beautiful project. It's a beautiful song. I like it, And then I think the second song and the third song, they're more of a, the drill vibes. You know what I mean? UK is known for the drill, right? And he's also on the drill tip as well. I'm like, interesting. You know what I mean? Why do I say interesting? Because of if you are trying to hit the London market, then you have to hit it with the London sound. But like I said, once you start reaching for something, you start losing something. Because if you go drill and London, well, still disconnected some South Africans because of we know drill, right? And they more drill. Sorry. So I think, hey, I can't hold that against Nest. It's like, yo, go for that, international market. Still go for that international market. Homeboy's like, yo, I was just trying to look for that mass appeal, but I ended up signing a bad deal. Speaking about the album, it has a lot of strings. Yeah, I think the Zulu-ness is coming out of the boy. After he's been free, he's just been being expressive. It's like, yeah, I am Zulu. He's expressing his Zulu-ness on that. He's expressing that Zulu-ness on the album. Hey, Ukales Kinga. Hey. There's like the strings, obviously not from the thing, not the Spanish guitar, but there's just a couple of songs that has strings there. But then what I like about the album is that it has like, I don't know, 3 features that I can remember on the top of my mind is the Tyla feature, Tseho feature, the Blakey feature, and Smamani feature. Those and the Blakey and the Smamani, I don't really consider them, and those are not the joints that I can talk about on the album, obviously, doing this review now, because of this. Those songs have been out for a while now, Dala Ngobo, hey, Dala Ngobo. And then Dala Ngobo, I had like Dala Vilagazi, hey, 10 past 4, Savangena, out Dala Vilagazi. So I just want to know, you tell us, scholars, you Zulu scholars to be specific, Zulu scholars with power. You scholars tell us, is it the Dala Ngobo? Is it like a Zulu thing, like because of Dala Vilagazi by Questa? The car released a song called Dala Vilagazi, and then there's a song now called Dala Ngobo. Hey, that Ngobo, is it the one? Ngobo. But yeah, Dala Ngobo. I don't know how to say Kanda, but guys, I'm not Zulu, right? But in my hood they call me Zulu. Crazy enough. But then Dala Ngobo, that song, which is doing amazing on the net as well. Hey, seeing that beautiful 1.3 million streams. Beautifully, I think it's a beautiful song as well. Dala Ngobo is a beautiful song. Soft, obviously, it's a beautiful song. Song that I liked That's What's Up. What's up. He's just coming through like an older guys, like, yo, my nephews, like, yo, they're proud of me. They're like, yo, even if I tell them now that I was with Drake the other day, they're gonna believe me. That's how super locked in they are to Uncle. You know what I mean? So, and just it's a family project also. It's just listen to him talking about family and just the sense of discipline and not doing the things that you were doing prior to being who you are right now. It's like it's showing crazy levels of maturity. It's like, oh, okay, homies, he's matured now. You know what I mean? He's older. I think he's wiser, and I think from now going forward, he's going to move, even wise. I mean, shout out to the boy even for the rollout strategies. I mean, the whole thing that he did, going to different vocations, and I saw the one he was working at a tire shop. I saw the one where he was a cashier. What else did I see? I saw an interview where he said there was the one who was cutting hair. I saw the one where he was fitting tires. What else did I see? Yeah, but that was quite interesting to okay, the project is doing good, man. I mean, the project's on number 1. I think what's on number 2 on SA Hip Hop, it's Young King Aries, which is a beautiful thing. 1 and 2, and apparently it has nothing to do with free, but apparently Story T is cooking something with the both Young King and Iverson. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna sound like a beautiful song because Stogie did a song with Nasty called Don't Know. Also did a song with Young King which is called Bravo. Beautiful songs. I like Bravo more because there's no country for old men. Most of them are ghost. Which is a crazy bar as well. Because of if you think of the WHPs, Pro Verb, Pro Kid, WHP, Flabba, most of them are ghosts, if not retired. Right? So I'm excited about that one as well. So I like this project also, going back to the project. I like this project Free. I think it's matured as well. I think, it takes the way, because of hip hop is more than just dropping bars and yo, I can rap. Yeah, we know that you can rap. You know what I mean? There's freestyles for them. There's going onto the radio and going to speed a freestyle. Shout out to Big Hash though. Shout out to Big Hash as well. Big Hash just went in. Sleeker tried to, not Sleeker, man. Why do I keep on? If I'm dressing Speedster, I say Sleeker. When if I'm not dressing Sleeker, I say Speedster. I don't know what's going on with me. Speedster trying to be slick with it and then just throwing a like us beat there, and Big Head just went in. Okay, people like, oh, that freestyle is not off the dome, guys. There's a difference between off the dome and freestyle, but we'll deal with that later because we still have crazy more episodes to maneuver through. Right? Cool. I like the maturity in Young Boy's album. Why do I say that? Because of hip hop is just more than bars, like I said. It takes me back to the story with Real Stuff. Keenan and Elias, they did Real Stuff, and apparently they featured Nasty C, and Nasty C came in and spat and wanted to kill everybody and didn't consider the song. And without them, breaking his ego and everything, they just took out his vocals and they put on mugs who understood. Alright, so now just hearing him, experience is the best teacher, bro. He just came through and did what he needed to do. You know what I mean? So if you haven't checked out Free, ladies and gentlemen, go and check out the song Free. I'm not the song. Go and check out the album Free. It's a nice project. I think it's 16 tracks. Goes in for 16 tracks. Not a lot of features. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, man. Yeah, I'll see 7 out of 10. I like that it's not all over. It's specific, but I think now that he's free, he'll be able to give us, more music that is liberated. You know what I mean? Still think his best project is Strings and Blinks. I think that's one project that is up there on his Mount Rushmore. But yeah, we're still expecting more from the Young King. I mean, he's still a kid. He's out in London as we speak. So he's really trying to tap into that market. And all the best of luck, man. Hopefully crack that market. That's what you want. You want hip hop on a global platform. Nothing more, nothing less. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, pause and guess. Unfortunately, we're at the end of yet another exciting episode of School Snort Out with your principal host, JGZ. Yeah, man. Stay hydrated, man. Drink the water. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Rise and shine. Alright? You know it's hip hop. All the way to the top. We know. Slick Rick wrote the Bible. Powers like Jesus. You know what it is. JGZ representing. So, keep it locked. Keep it hip hop. Let me leave you with a crazy bar. Woo! Don't tell us about Rosa Parks in the bus. That bitch who wouldn't survive a taxi trip to First Lawrence. Do you know what you call black power? When ESCOM lights cut out. With that being said, my name is JGZ, and this has been yet another exciting episode of School Snort Out. Till the next time,
It's a JTZ joint.